Welcome to Amateur Redneck Workshop. I'm Harold, and today this is just a little cliffhanger breaker or whatever to show what the final outcome was on the mill crane. And the belt finally came in, and I've put it on there. And in a minute you'll get to see exactly what happens. So I think that today this video will be about all I do for the day, because for some reason it's really humid, and the humidity is taken away from all the pleasure of the air conditioner in here. First time I've seen it really like that, but I think we're about right at 100% humidity. So anyway, instead of me, flapping my jaws anymore, let's just get right on to taking a look at the crane and the new belt. I knew I had ordered that, but I forgot exactly the details of it. And then I found it a while ago. This is a soft end here, and so you can machine your own R8 arbor for whatever you want. And I ordered some gear cutters from China, and they've got a 22mm hole in the middle. So I may just cut this down to handle that 22mm hole, and then again I might not. I haven't made my mind up yet. I ordered this thing months ago so that I could make an arbor for for a slitting saw. It was cost as much for the postage as it did for the arbor. I had to get it from England, because I had a severe problem finding any machinable arbors here. So now I've got to decide, is that going to be a project or not? Am I going to put the gear cutters on that? It'll probably be a couple of weeks before they come in, so we'll wait and see. Alright, we got us a thunderstorm going on. The new belt has arrived. In fact, I ordered 2 of them. And I'm not crazy about the hook. That'll have to be changed sooner or later to something that grabs better. But I think we can safely lift this up now. And I may set it up here on the middle table, and I may set it on this stool. I don't know. I'm not really going to use the contents right now. But here we go. Seems to be taking the load just fine. Something to be said for new belts when you're using them for hard work. I don't like the way that this cable gets all twisted up. Alright, right there is the spot where the belt's a little bit loose. Undoubtedly, we will have to go to a chain. Yeah, this is going to have to be converted to a chain drive, because the belt just doesn't have the grip on those pulleys. So there you are. There's another loose end to tie up. Change the drive either to chain or gear or something. I'd kind of like to make the gear go there, but we'll see what we'll see. The belt's just not going to hang on to those pulleys well enough to lift the load again. It's amazing it lifted it so well when I was lifting all that lead. Alright, so there you are. It's an undetermined, ongoing thing. The darn thing didn't work out. Not enough grip. So I'll look around for parts to modify it, and in a month or so we'll probably see it working with a whole new setup. Well, couldn't sleep, so here I am up before sun up, and got a blanket on because the boss lady keeps the temperature at night about the same as you'd have on a balmy January day in the northern Yukon. And so I'm, not going to freeze to death in here. But anyway, I got to thinking about when I was working in the evil polluting refinery. I started doing that kind of thing when I was about 21 years old, and it was just a whole new world to me, and I was just as happy as if, it was a pig in mud. Yeah, I was tickled to death. The whole thing just fit me perfect. It was a way I liked to work, and it was a way I liked to live, and by golly, there I was home. I had a bird's nest on the ground, and anyway, you got operators in these places, and operators are a lot that pretty unusual people normally. Uh, they go out there and they do things where maybe they're filling a tank car or emptying a tank or something where they got to stand a long time watching something or waiting on something to happen, and their mind is working while they're doing that. They'll be scheming up some trick to play on another operator, or some way to devil an unpopular supervisor or something like that, and like they say, the devil makes work for idle minds. And anyway, so I'm working in this one refinery, and as they have to do, they have to hire some young folks now and again to replace the ones that retire. And it's kind of like they take a sheep and throw him in amongst the wolves, And so in this one particular unit, where they had a lot of light materials like propane and stuff, and they're worrying about leaks there because it's already above the burning point of the propane. It's got the heat, it's got the fuel. All it needs is the oxygen, and so there you go. That's the situation's right. Eventually, some of it's going to leak out. And there's going to be a little fire or something. So they bring this new kid in, and first thing happens, the safety man, tells him all this stuff about, being safe, and maybe on this unit they use all non-sparking tools like aluminum and brass wrenches and stuff like that. And so he's already primed, and so the supervisor comes out and throws this lamb amongst the wolves, so to speak, and so this guy's going to, show him the ropes and train him and everything till he, learns how to take care of himself in there. So he takes him out and shows him around the unit. First thing he does is he gets this long copper wire. He says, "I tell you what, kid," he says, "you're going to have to wear this on your belt for a while." He said, "It will be a couple of weeks and you'll learn how to do without it." He says, "But you need to put this on your belt, and this wire will drag on the ground, and it'll dissipate all the static electricity you might build up so you don't start a fire or something." So the kid, he wanders around with it a little bit, and then he asks, "Well, how come these other guys don't have a wire on their belt?" And the old hand says, "Oh, well, they've already learned how to, go around here without generating static electricity." He says they know how to grab stuff and discharge in a safe place, and then how not to get charged up, in the first place. He says, you'll get on to all that." So this kid wore that ground wire, dragging on the ground for about a week before he realized, he was just being taken. Uh, that's the life in an evil polluting refinery. So that's the end of that one.